Talking Wyoming area softball here on the John Mendola Show. We're with Gwen Glatz, who is a senior. And Gwen, what are you excited about for this season?
I'm really excited about the fact that we have everybody returning. You know, we made a run last year. We made it to state playoffs for the first time in over 30 years. So I'm really excited to see what happens this year.
Let's talk about Coach McNeil and his style of coaching, what he's like. And, you know, he's a coach. I mean, there's not much sugarcoat with him. He kind of wants to get the job done, and you're just going to see him and call him coach, and that's what he's going to do.
Right, exactly. You know, he's not a coach to come out there and sugarcoat everything like you said. He's out there, he means business, he wants to win just like we do. He's been in our shoes before, he's played softball, so he knows what it takes to win, and we put our trust in him.
Let's talk a little bit about your positions this year, shortstop and pitcher, and talk about each position and what you hope to offer.
Okay. Cassidy Graham's back for pitching, which gives me a little break. She's really good on the mound, so I want to be there to help back her up at shortstop. I'm expecting to perform well both on the mound and in the field, so I just want to be there for my team. Cross
country, something that you do. Talk about what you like about it and why.
I like the fact that running actually lets me clear my head. It gives me like a little escape from everything. The meets are a little stressful, but it's really fun at practice because it's a small team, so it's a lot of team bonding.
Some clubs and organizations you're involved with at school are pretty admirable, so talk a little bit about what you're doing.
I'm involved in Science Olympiad, Math Club, and Scholastic Scrimmage. Science Olympiad is an event where you go in and you perform different experiments and take tests on certain science subjects. Scholastic Scrimmage is a question and answer thing, kind of like Jeopardy, but for kids and a team, a panel of 4. And then Math Club is an individual event where you kind of just work on math problems as a group, and then you go and compete in competitions.
Well, let's talk about, you have a sibling, and tell us a little bit about Ellie and what she's up to.
She's running track right now, but she's out with an ankle injury actually. She's playing travel basketball, and she also was the goalkeeper for our field hockey team at Wyoming area this past year.
Pretty darn cool. Chemistry and biology, a couple of your favorite subjects. We'll find out why with those. You're number 1 in your class, a 4.0 as a senior. Talk about that feeling of being proud to be that, but at the same time trying to maintain it is not easy.
It's a juggling act. My life is a juggling act, I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to just balance sports and school and still keeping a social life. It leaves about 4 hours of sleep a night.
That's not very easy, but you got big things, big goals ahead. Let's talk about that next step for you.
I plan on attending Swarthmore College in Philadelphia to major in biochemistry because they don't have a pre-med program there.
Well, bright future for you. Let's talk about the role models in your life.
My dad, definitely. He's always been there for me. He's the one that taught me how to throw, how to pitch, how to hit, but also other things off the field in life, and I always have looked up to him.
Nanticoke is a nice rival. What do you expect out of the Trojanettes this year?
They're definitely going to be tough. They have a couple key returning players. They did lose a couple, but they've always been a tough organization, so I'm excited to play against them.
All right, Gwen, we'll keep up the great work, and we wish you the very best going forward.
Thank you very much.
Christy and Skok with us from Wyoming area as we talk about the softball team. They're excited, and it's your senior season. Let's talk about what you're going to do this year on the field.
I think we have a really good team this year, and I hope that we can come out and perform. And last year we made it to the state playoffs, which is something that a lot of people didn't think was possible for our team. But I think that this year we have the same team. I think we have a lot of talent. I think we can go and play in the state finals.
Third base, shortstop, a couple positions that you play. Talk about, do you have a preference or wherever coach needs you?
I'm a third baseman, but this year we have 2 pitchers, Gwen Glatz and Cassidy Graham, and we have rotations now, so when Gwen pitches, I play short, and when Cassidy pitches, I'm going to play third. So I kind of bounce back and forth.
Basketball, something else you did at Wyoming area. What do you like about that?
I love the team. Our coach was great. We had a really good season.
You're involved as well as your teammate with a lot of extracurricular activities. Talk about some of the events that you've done.
I do Science Olympiad, which is a science competition. It varies on the events, on what it's going to be. It goes from biology to chemistry to engineering. And then I do Envirothon, which is all about environmental questions on how you can better the environment, and you take a test at the Luzerne County Campground, and our team usually does good there. And then I also do math club, which you go and take a test at Marywood, and you just get ranked above the standard, and everyone competes individually, and whoever wins it gets a full ride to Marywood.
4.0, third in your class, another incredible student athlete. Talk about that work ethic you've developed over the years.
I definitely learned that if you put in time and dedicate yourself, that you can accomplish good things.
Let's talk about the next step, King's College, not too far away.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to be going to King's to become a physician's assistant, and I'm also going to be part of their softball team.
Oh, awesome. I know the softball team is pretty darn good, so
Yeah.
you'll be a great addition there.
Thank
and
you.
As far as teams you like to play, Pittston area is a great rivalry, Nanticoke. There's going to be a lot of good teams this year. It's going to be tough to get into the District 2 playoffs, then the championship, and then try to have to move on. A lot of work, right?
Yeah, I think Tunkhannock, Nanticoke, Pittston area, Berwick, Dallas, they're all good competitions. We have a really tough conference to win, but I think that it's possible for us to come out with the win.
Well, Christiane, the best of luck to you. Good luck locally here at King's College.
Thank you.
Jess Parenti is with us from Wyoming area, and you're going to play center field this year. It's your senior year.
Yeah.
What's that outfield going to look like this year for WA?
It's looking good. We have 3 starting seniors playing the outfield. We have Julia Kopechny in left field, I'm in center field, and Annie Karkutsky's in right field.
And how about take us through some of the infielders? We know third base and shortstop. We talked to some of those players. How about the second base first and maybe the catcher this year?
Our catcher is Nicole Selinsky. She's a sophomore, along with our second baseman, who's also a sophomore, Kari Melberger. Our first baseman is primarily going to be Brianna Pisano when Cassidy Graham is pitching.
All right. And as far as this year's talent, pretty much everybody's back, right?
Yeah, same team.
How about being hungry? You know, knowing that you got a touch of the state playoffs last year, that felt pretty darn good.
Felt really good.
How hungry do you think everybody is?
I think we're a lot more hungry than we were last year. We know what it's like to be there, and we know what it's like to be so close but not reach our goal, and we just want it so much more.
Coach McNeil, no nonsense kind of guy. You come to practice, you're going to practice.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what it's like, and obviously you learn a little bit from different coaches and different sports you play, but
Right.
what have you learned from Coach McNeil?
Well, we learned how to just come together as a team and practice really hard and work together. We came a long way. We had them all 4 years of varsity, so we're very close.
You have a sister, Lauren, who's 16. Tell us what she's up to.
She is a starter on the varsity field hockey team. She's in 10th grade.
Awesome. Calculus, something you enjoy. You're a 4.0, 7th in your class, so
Yeah.
unbelievable student athlete. Talk about being dedicated in the classroom.
Yeah, I love school. I plan on being a secondary education teacher, teaching math, so I just love it.
Talk about that next step for you, close to home as well.
Yeah, I'll be living at home, going to King's College with Christy. We're going to be playing softball together, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, and of course, King's has a real nice program, so that's a good thing. Let's talk about the role models in your life that have pushed you along the way.
My dad is definitely the biggest role model in my life. Without him, I would definitely not be where I am today. He pushed me so hard to do everything.
Well, Jess, great to hear your story. Hope things work out this year and the work ethic continues there at Wyoming area.
Thank you very much.